And go. There we
Okay.
go.
So you have a new session. So, okay, now I'm in. So, how do you find the energy now, Brett? You have been with me for the last four sessions, three and today fourth. Now you have how I found the line in me, Mr. Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Indrajit. Now you find Xavier who says boom. So, how do you find this? I mean, you're the newest entrant to the system and the SXF family. Please tell
Yeah.
us.
I will say, wait. I will make a joke,
Yeah.
Today, Brett, this is a special experience because you have SXA with you. You have F for Swaroop, you have X for Xavier, and you have
Oh,
A for
wow.
Androgy.
Wow.
Like it's said to take.
Wow, wow. No, Indrajit is I, but you like Androjit. It sounds almost like A.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Great.
Brett. So what's your feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Kind of something that Xavier hit on is, and even Jesus talks about it, is just like, who's my mother? Who's my brother? Right? It's my family are the people that do the will, of God, right? And so it's just like when you get people connected together that are on the same path, you can instantly talk at the same level, and you can go deep and you can share your true self and not feel that you're going to be judged, because everybody has this similar values, and they're working through problems, and they're looking to keep expanding. So I feel like blessed that that both Indra and Xavier, you guys would come on and share your experiences and share how you've grown, because that is not only encouraging for me but anybody who's going to watch these videos. Just seeing how your lives have turned around so quickly, and how you guys have this, this bliss, joy, happiness, getting over things that held you back. I mean, those are powerful things that everybody is going through, and that's like started my journey, right? I have all this pain, all this suffering, not, I don't like myself, I don't think I'm good enough for all this stuff, right? Like everybody out there, has had those thoughts and feelings at some point, and so this is great to see that
I
there is a
want to
way.
I want to now I want to catch on because I'm listening intently. I want to catch on a point you just mentioned,
Yeah.
and I will ask my colleagues in the Indrajit, Xavier to weigh in on that. You said just now, among many things, maybe I'm not good enough. I want to expand on that. Okay, so I'll explain to you. I was asking, Indrajit, for example, he was in a job. He's a software engineer,
Hmm.
artificial researcher in AI researcher. He just changed the job 8 months ago, or 5 6 months ago, and before that he was in the same job for 7 years. So when he came to me, not only did he make a job change, career change, or job change, become a father, and all that followed, right? Making a living as well as
Hmm.
making a life. But in making a living, he now got the courage lion. He went there and proved. He asked for 5 times his salary, and he got it.
Wow.
Now, I was asking him, but for me, we are going to the peak of the mountain, right? So my disciple says, Teacher, I've climbed the second step. Great. Come on to the third, is my answer.
Enjoy it, but now we got another one. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get carried away.
Yeah.
So I asked him, Indrajit, do you think, I was asking him earlier, do you think after 7 8 years of your career, in terms of hierarchy, let's talk about the tangible world, because we live both in the tangible, you have to be successful materially, intellectually, spiritually. Same as I keep reminding. It's not just spiritual, but intangible, no tangible, or tangible, no, it's got everything. So
Hmm.
I asked him, do you think you are on the rung of your potential in terms of your job alone, not life? Are you where you should be? He said, no. I said, why? Okay. And Indrajit, will you take over from here? I want to hear from your mouth. No, I want them to hear from
Sure.
your, yeah. Go on.
Sure. So I think it's very obvious thing, but we mostly miss it. So there, I realized that there are like three main reasons that we do not really uh, know what is the potential, and so I mean we basically cannot reach where we should be reaching. So first thing is that we underestimate ourselves. I mean we don't know our real potential, and the other thing is that we don't even I mean we don't know how to figure out, even though if we know that what is our potential is too high, we don't know how to figure out that, you know, how to reach to that level. And another thing is that let's say you you know how to reach, but you don't know how to begin with, because most of the people are lost or distracted. So we get distracted with a lot of things. And I think today afternoon I was discussing with Saurabh that, you know, most of the people are focusing on the target, but nobody is is focusing on the distractions. So once they get into a pitfall, they are kind of lost. So and I think today's world is full of distractions, and I think these are the primary reasons that we are, or I myself, not able to reach where I should be. And yeah. Very clear.
But just to add, so thank you, Indra. So this is the thing. It's what I was talking about. So that we are either overestimating ourselves, like the Hakan post is what he's telling me. No, why is John saying you're the only program in the world? What about my program? No, I'm just being dramatic, right?
Yeah.
Right, Xavier, if you look at that post, okay, he's saying, no, I told him 3 times. Why are you asking me? This statement belongs to John Leonard. Oh, I respect John Leonard. No respect. You ask him. But he's not asking me. No, why does he say SXA is the only one? So, but Hakan apart. The point is, Hakan is where he's overestimating. And let me come to you, Brett. Do you think, I asked a question to, now you're my student, so like I asked all my students a question, like I asked Indrajit. So same question I ask you. Do you think you've been underestimating when you said I'm not good enough? I come back to that. What exactly do you mean? Are you beginning to realize, no, you're not good enough? Yes, you're not good enough. You're bloody very good. That's what you need to realize.
Yeah, out to steal a quote. I feel like I'm, I know there's a lion in me, so I'm stealing it, Indra. I know there's a lion in me, right? But it's this whole, you need to wake it up and realize, okay, let's go and start, unleashing it into the world. And I think that's what it is. We all know it, but we're scared.
Of what? Of what? Okay, so of what?
Yeah, of what?
Scared of what?
Oh, scared I think we're scared of what? A failure, what people are going to think about you. It's like what other people.
Object referral of people. All right.
Yeah, so people. We put, and I know it's all wrong, trust me, but it's like you put your self-worth in what others think of you versus I know my self-worth and I don't give, a damn what you guys say. You either going to recognize it or not, but get out of my way, right? Like that's where we want to get to. But we have to first make that transition.
By the way, Xavier and Indrajit, just to remind you, our Brett here has served in the United States Army in Afghanistan, right?
yeah, in Iraq. Yeah.
Amazing.
In Iraq, oh my God. Xavier, over to you. You there, Xavier?
Well, yeah. Just to emphasize what Indra just said. For me, before SXA, I was just a volunteer. And it's not like I underestimate. I was just a volunteer in Thailand and helping children, and also helping elderly in Philippines. That was my job, or my way to maybe forgive myself and help people. Now you can imagine that I am part, thanks to my wife, of a big Thai group, which is working offline and now online. I'm the only foreign guy in the group, and I speak and I write Thai, which is also very useful for me.
He's a Thai-speaking foreigner, just not a foreigner. Speciality.
Yeah,
Thai-speaking
and
and writing foreigner.
I write Thai better than I speak, because I don't like the tones, like the Chinese. But no problem. And you can imagine that I have the CEO, the number one of the group, who created the group, which is now developing a platform like Alibaba, but according to the Thai way. And I'm the advisor of the CEO regarding the online development. Wow. The only thing is, and I will like make a synthesis of, or like a link between Indra and Brett. The problem is, and that's why regarding the other people, this is what I discovered, and the CEO is very careful with that. 90% will be jealous. Will be jealous if a CEO was promoting my way, my knowledge, or what I'm doing, because they cannot understand. They are in their comfort zone, and most of them they have their easy way. You understand? Like, okay, I can get, for example, a nice car, but I will go to the bank and I will have a debt, which is crazy, you understand? But that's the way they will, and they will show that they have a nice car, but they have a big debt in the bank. But that's their way. That's their way how to make business. With my wife, we are totally different way. As I said, last 2 weeks ago, my wife fall down. And a Oppo mobile was a protection for her hand, so she didn't break her hand. Okay, so this was a decision. This was a decision for us to, and I hopefully have the budget. And I decided to buy for my wife a new iPhone. I paid cash. Okay, and as I said, with this iPhone, I was able to take yesterday beautiful picture, because now we have connection with Cambodia. With a princess linked with a royal family of Cambodia, which is very good to make business in Cambodia, because it's the top level. And yesterday, normally we should have a photographer with a Thai Navy SEAL, a soldier, but he was not available. So I was a kind of volunteer, and I took a lot of pictures with this new iPhone, and everybody praise my way to make the picture and said beautiful picture. And I'm not a professional photographer, but I see maybe things that the other don't see. Maybe the professional photographer will take picture, but not in the real interesting way. What I want to say is, yes, I was a volunteer. I'm still a volunteer, but now I'm doing business and I'm developing the online point of view. Maybe for the moment, we are in the, as I said with my wife, we are only the 1% right. We are the 1% in the truth regarding the online development. 99% of the people, we are still in their dream point of view, but now COVID changed everything. So I prefer not to be against the wrong energy, and to be in my own truth. That's why each person, you are a volunteer. Indra is a volunteer. Brett is a volunteer. You are a volunteer with the two boys. It's part also of your volunteering fatherhood in your own way. So, but the important thing is, as I said, that's the two key words, and you will understand it's the Thai way. My two key words is value and quality. Value and quality, and you will understand. I will translate the two words in Thai language, and after you will understand. Value is in Thailand, it means kun ka. It means the price of yourself. Okay? So when you are in value, you give a price to yourself. And the word quality is kunapap. And kunapap in Thai language, it means the picture of yourself. So if you have, and S6A give you this, if you have a right picture of yourself, which means quality, and if you have a price of yourself, it means you have your own value. And this is what I learn in my own way, in my own uniqueness with S6A.
That is correct. So understanding your value. You see, so this, coming back to that, what is holding us back? Both of you, Xavier and Indrajit, as you know, he's taken the test and he's going through the attributes, understanding, he's chosen 5 attributes, which are the 5 attributes that you have chosen that you want them to become from dysfunctional, highly dysfunctional, to functional. Because let's now talk in a common language. This is the SXA family language. So go ahead. They will tell you how they overcome. This is the whole purpose. Because I hope you're enjoying this session from people who have been there where you are now, right? And they're telling you real time, up ahead, what happened to them. So listen to this, Xavier and Indrajit. What are the 5 top, he has chosen dysfunctional attribute as his focus goal to convert them into function. So yes, Brett.
I chose which ones were the least, which one I'm the most dysfunctional in, because I want to make, I want to see big gains right away, and try to get everything out of all the 34 attributes into that functioning mode. So I chose, for me, it was the X7, which was foreseeing. So I got, and I'll share, I got 6.67%, pretty low, and it's out of 100%, right? So that is something that I really want to learn more about. And then the next one is right after it, X8, which is doing first things first, and that was 29.23%. Then I jumped down to acceptance and least effort, and that is something that has been through all the training that you've been giving me and supplemental material it's been clicking a lot more, which I've been loving. But that is X16, like I said, acceptance and least effort. That's down at 10.71%. And then I have detachment, which is X18 out of the attributes, and that's at 21.25%. And then finally, the last one is something actually wasn't my lowest, but something I really wanted to work on, and that is the X30. Should I do this thing? Should I not do this thing? I don't know. Is this the best thing? There could be, I can see 49 other things that I could do, but which one's the best one? I can get caught up in that loop. So it's something that I really want to make sure that I can become really efficient in making decisions quickly and moving on to the next thing. And that one was at 39%. So.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen of your report.
Yeah.
You can see that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So here is your summary, but before that, for our viewers, the way the SXA is designed in the test report, between 0 to 30, if your score is highly dysfunctional, unfulfilled, between 30 and 60% is dysfunctional, unfulfilled, between 60 and 80 is functional or fulfilled, between 80 to 100 is highly functional or fulfilled. That's how their scores are designed. Now, this is a pie chart just on the 5 dimensions and the scores of Brett that you can see. We are sharing with you Brett's SXA test report T1, and that was a summary of the report. And here are that was the pie chart and the summary of the report on the 5 dimensions. These are the scores of the dimension scores. Then there's the spiritual dimension score, the material dimension score, which is derivative, and its total score of 67.56. Now we will go down to the scores of each of the attributes, okay? Here they are, okay? Here are all the 34 attributes and its scores. And we will just, as Brett was describing, we can see here, this is the first dimension, which is called the motivation factors, and there are the 5 attributes on which here are his scores. The color code will tell you which are highly dysfunctional, they'll be red, which are dysfunctional, unfulfilled will be orange, which are functional are green, and which are highly fulfilled or highly functional are blue. So there's a color code already here, okay? So as you can see, in his motivation factors, all of them are blue. They're all highly fulfilled except one, which is respect and recognition, which is unfulfilled at 49.23. Now we'll hold that, make a note of it, and we'll come to that with Brett as we go along as to why is this attribute of his the only attribute in the motivation factors which is unfulfilled. What could be the cause? So we'll come to that score when I take you through the presentation on each of the attributes, okay? So you can then link as to what is respect and recognition, what exactly it means, and therefore you can then interpret your scores accordingly based on its actual meaning and to yourself and to your life, okay? The second dimension is the effective behavior, where we have 7 attributes here. Out of the 7 attributes, as you can see for Brett, there are 2 which are highly dysfunctional. Apart from that, they are highly functional or functional. Which are those 2 which are highly dysfunctional? They are foreseeing. Now, what is foreseeing? I will come to, you will understand that when I start presenting on each of those attributes on the dimension. What is foreseeing, okay? The other attribute is dysfunctional is doing first things first. So you have chosen this 2, I believe, as among the 5 on which you want to become functional, from highly dysfunctional to functional or even highly functional. Am I correct?
Correct, yep.
Okay. The third dimension in SXA is the natural laws of success, which has again 7 attributes. Among the 7 attributes, we see Brett's has 2 attributes which are highly dysfunctional. That is X16, acceptance and least effort, and detachment. I also believe, I understand, these are the 2 attributes also you have chosen among your 5 focused attributes to improve upon. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yep.
Now, we come to the 4th dimension, which is the enterprising profile. The way the scores here are to be interpreted is as follows. Now, there are 8 enterprising profiles on which you are tested upon. Based on the scores, you should remember all the 8 profiles of enterprising profiles, or we call it your natural talent profile. You cannot have all the 8 talent. You have one of them which is dominant, okay? These are the total set of 8 talent profiles, okay? One person cannot have 8. That should be obvious. So what you have here is to look at which of this talent profile you scored the highest. That is your natural dominant talent profile. And if there are any close scores, any other talent profile which also has a very close score to your highest, we can take that as your supporting profile. It means out of 8, 1 or maximum 2 may be your dominant profile, and another 1 or 2 will be a supporting profile. With that in mind, if you now look at the scores of Brett, he scored 94.44 on the team leader. That is what you are, a natural team leader, Mr. Brett Hildebrandt, okay?
Okay.
And in addition to that, since the dealer is 91.67, you are a deal maker too, okay? But primarily, dominant, you're a team leader. That's your natural talent. What does this natural talent mean? That is what I will present when we come to this dimension in my presentation, okay? But you have read the 8 emails amounting to 40 pages of material. You already have a very good idea what each attribute means. You have gone through them, I assume, over the last 1 week, haven't you?
Yes, I've been going through all the emails.
Fantastic. So then you know each of the attributes, what they mean, all these 8 talent profiles, okay, what they each means, So you must have seen the team leader profile and its characteristics are the most, I think, the closest match to who you are. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say that that is kind of, you said, a natural attribute is that I feel that throughout my life I've been good at kind of being the leader for like a group of people and letting them shine. You know, it's not getting me recognition, but it's just like, how can I take this group and go on this journey together? Yeah.
That's it. That's what a team leader is. A true team leader is that. A true team leader thrives by making others successful, by leading other people to higher levels of performance, success, happiness, whatever you call it. So that's your natural talent profile, what comes out in the SXA report. So that's a match. That's accurate. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it hits you in that core, that soul level, the spirit.
That's correct. And the fifth dimension is selling and communication skills. Extremely important. And here there are 7 attributes, out of which Brett is highly dysfunctional in 1 and dysfunctional in the third attribute, okay, of the 7. He is highly dysfunctional in looking for your customers, and is dysfunctional in decision to proceed or not to proceed. So
yeah, so for me, starting with the second dimension, effective behavior, I have highly dysfunctional in foreseeing and doing first things first.
Okay,
And then
the other 3?
Yep. Then the other, I have 2 more in the natural laws, and highly dysfunctional in acceptance and least effort, and detachment. And then finally, the other one that I want to work on is decision to proceed or not to. That was dysfunctional.
Which is in selling and communication skills. So who will go first? Indrajit, why don't you now come to this part of dysfunctional attributes, discovering dysfunctional attributes, and then becoming functional. How does that happen in SXA? Go ahead, Indrajit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think the first step is to take the delta 1 test, right? So through that you measure that where you are currently, and then you go for the first introductory training, and through that you learn about your potential, about all the attributes that we have, the giving and the intensity and desire, and I mean there are, I mean I would, let me open, I forgot the SX attributes exact names.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, you can be relaxed.
Yeah,
we focus on his attributes are foresight. He's saying he's lacking foresight. This is dysfunction, right? Number 1.
Yes.
Number two, prioritizing. These are the 2 things in his effective behavior. All right. So
yes.
You know much more than him because you have understood this. You don't have to look into the notes. Just tell him why people. What is it that stops us from looking ahead? Just hear me out and I'll explain. What is it that stops us from having foresight? What is it that stops us from doing first things first? Then detachment, acceptance, and least effort. These are his dysfunctional attributes. Then comes the 5th one in selling and communication, how to qualify, decision to proceed or not proceed. Now you have to understand, Brett is being absolutely a sincere seeker, like all of you are, okay? Let's understand that here. The beauty of this group is what? All of us have achieved one thing, you know what? Including you, Brett. We are being true to ourselves. Just forget everything. Just weigh in on this statement. I'm saying, you know what connects us, the bond, the glue that brings us together? That we have decided to be true to ourselves.
Yeah.
Is that correct, gentlemen? Xavier?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as I said, you know, nothing is. This is one of the things my wife said to me every time. There is nothing right and there's nothing wrong. You know, it's not like the fact that you have to judge yourself. Oh, I'm dysfunctional on this, and I'm functional, or I'm very functional. As I said, one of the key, as I think it was the one of the acceptance. You know, acceptance of yourself. That was one of my dysfunctional. This was dysfunctional, and I think just to, because you went, Brett, you went for meditation. And I think acceptance is recognition of yourself. Before S6A, I didn't recognize who I was. Okay.
Xavier, I want to stop you there because what you're saying is $1 billion. I mean, that is a very important point you've come. Just to remind Brett, what did he say in the previous part? Xavier said, before SXA and after SXA, whatever it's that, SXA is just a tool, okay? The point is, he said, I did not love myself. When I said true to yourself means, here's the $1 billion question in front of all of us. Do you love? People talk about I love him, her, and nobody talks about I love myself or not.
I will go deeper, Swarup. The key point is not to say, the question is not to say I love you or I love myself. The question is I respect myself. For me, the respect is much more important than I love. Because you can say to a girl or you can say to somebody I love you. But love you is just like, fall in love. Fall in love, you go down, you don't. You fall in love, you go down. So it means, I think the key point for me when I speak with my wife is a question about respect. Respect is like, my nickname in Thai language is Sanya, which means contract. And I think I don't need to sign a contract with you, Brett or Indra or Swarup, because it's the commitment. Go back to the word that Indra used today about the commitment. Commitment. When you recognize yourself, when you know your value, you know your quality, you know that okay, you can sign a contract, but the first is to say, okay, I am my own contract. You understand? I have my own rules, and as I said, I respect myself, and recognition is a key word. And in my meditation, I want to go to what you experienced today through the meditation. I use a sort of mantra, okay, which is the word serve, okay, the word serve, SERVE. That's my way. Don't use it. It's not it. Don't. If you want to use it, good. But you have to find your own way. S is for serenity. Sometimes I use serenity. Sometimes I use sincerity. You must be sincere with yourself. Okay. After the E can be for like equilibrium, balance, but can be also for evolution. And after the R, for me, is very important, is R for recognition or respect. I use this word to go through the meditation. So S, for example, sincerity. E for empathy, can be also empathy or evolution. R for recognition, respect. And then I think the two last letters of VE are very important. V will be for vision. And the last one, and this I learned with Swarup, is for energy, because life is energy. By serving yourself, you serve yourself if you are sincere with yourself, if you want a kind of evolution or a kind of balance, are for recognition. And the fact that I use recognition very often in my meditation helped me. It's not perfect. All my day is not perfect. Sometimes I can have miscommunication with my wife. No problem. It's just about how you overcome the problem. Because I have vision now with my wife. I have a family. I have a vision with my business. And then I commit myself. So it means I have energy. That's why I will go back to the word that Indra used. Commitment is one of my key words.
There you go. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. So these are stuff that you won't find it anywhere in the world. So you can present this video to Hakan. Why John is saying what he's saying. You'll be mind blowing. Oh my God, what is going on here? But anyway, we are
Actually,
yes.
I get
Yes.
That,
Go ahead.
yeah, thanks, Xavier. Also, I mean, that's something I learned from the 6A training long back, and the words that I put in today, basically from some of these learnings that I have. So, basically, when I see these people who are grown up, man, and they are like kind of in at 50s or 60s and still they talk like this, I just feel like they are still a kid. So
I will
they
help
need.
you. I will help you. I will help you, John, because John and me constantly talking. John calls
Yeah.
them preteen. He knows, right? These are preteens who are 60-year-old, but they are preteens mentally. Am I right?
Hmm.
Before
Yeah.
teenagers. So you are right, Indra. Even John is saying that. Go on. Yes. And then,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's I think that's more sad than being
Yeah. Hilarious.
happy about
It
it.
is a tragedy.
So they,
It's a tragedy.
yeah, they absolutely. So the if they are changing the world, they cannot just be like this. I mean, they cannot be. I mean, I think they should be more sincere about, as Xavier told, right? We are not really sincere. We are
Sincere.
not respecting ourselves. We are getting distracted about what others are saying about me. So and this is a very simple thing, and I don't know. So why so much of noise in our mind? So so that's the reason I think first thing or foremost thing we should always focus on reducing the noise and removing the distractions, and that will create the intensity, or to be powerful, or to be creative of what we want to do in our life. So and these are all when we like when we learn from this 6A, the introductory training, right? You see that the power of intention and desire, right? And the power of discovering yourself when we actually admit the things that's happening. I mean, I remember I was telling Sarupda that I was so much, I had so much pain inside. I was thinking that whatever is happening, whatever bad is happening, it's all happening because of me. So and I am the
Blaming
cause.
yourself. Blaming
Yeah,
yourself.
blaming.
And it's a
Yeah,
psychological distortion put on
yeah,
your
yeah.
head by others, and you are being
Hmm.
crushed to the ground. Right?
Yes,
Yes, sorry, go
yes.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
and
and
I
then
remember I writing in my sex ed notebook, the life book, that I wrote that I blame myself. I blame everything to God. That God has created these things for me. How wrong I was. I mean, I was like so stupid, and I mean, the question was the initial question was from Sarupda, that how do you see that these attributes changed, right? So when I learned about all these things, and I mean, I noted down in my life book, and I realized that where I'm wrong and what is exactly I'm thinking of. And then I took the test again, and I see that has gone to very high level, right? So and that's not the end, right? So once you come to the high peak of the mountain, and then you just about to fall. So I think that's where it begins with the y plus 4.
now it
That
becomes
gives you,
steady.
yeah, so that gives you on that stable mind. And I think I'm very lucky, and I'm very much thankful to God now, and to everything that I am what I am now, because of the 6A, sort of the Xavier, Dorina, and now I'm most lucky to be connected with you, and this is really a God's grace. I mean, I am just telling out of my heart, So this is
Now the reason
what.
You know why just consider what I know why Indrajit is saying it, because I am the thread in the, you guys are all pearls. There's a necklace here. All
Yes.
of each of the beads in the necklace are pearls, each of you guys. But you need a thread to connect them all. Of course, that thread is me, right? I am the thread in the necklace, okay? But I understand each diamond becomes 10 times valuable, 1,000 times valuable, only when they get set in a necklace, in a beautiful pattern. And that is exactly what I'm doing. You guys are all brilliant stars, diamonds that are coming. I'm helping, I'm putting them together and building this universal necklace as an offering to the Heavenly Father Himself of our gratitude of this life. Now, with that, I think this is the right time for us to do what we do best. 4 of us are here together. I'm going to play the music. I have done this all with all of you individually. And let us do a meditation for 5-6 minutes. Let's record it. To stop the recording now and do a fresh recording. It's going to 1 hour 15 minutes. So, Indrajit, are you ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So I'm playing the music, and let's see if you guys can hear it. Everybody can hear?
Yes.
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 Okay. So, guys, so what you do is, okay, so we have this recording now, a very pleasant day that all of us 4 came together, and we finished this session with group meditation. So how does everybody feel? Over to you, Indrajit, first.
Nothing.
Good. He's my 2 student. He's gone into nothingness. Great. And you, Brett, how was the feeling now today with all of us, 4 of us doing here? the meditation?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm still feeling just kind of going through all the experiences that are happening in my head as I'm kind of, slowly trying to push out all the thoughts, and just kind of, if one comes in, kind of goes out. So just kind of taking in the experience and, but still feel kind of, feel good, focused, energized for sure.
And Brother Xavier, with Brother Xavier, we'll end today's session in the concluding remarks by Brother Xavier. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was able to go within knowing how much time it will be. But this is what I learned with Swarup is at the end of my meditation, I can thank my body, I can thank my ancestor, I can thank the universe, but I always end by thanking myself. And this is what I learned, and this was Swarup, when I told him about my way to meditate, he said, "Then what about yourself? You don't thank yourself." So it means you can thank everybody.
Thank
you can
everybody.
thank the universe. But what about you? And within the time, I didn't know how much time I was able to just in the last seconds, nice way to thank myself.
You do that every day anyway. You are meditating, so
Yeah. According to my family life. But I try always to find maybe my vision about 3 hours, as Indra told me, not now, but it will come this day.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Brett, so are you available next week, Wednesday, Thursday? What's the thing like? Because we're supposed to have this 4 sessions, but you saw how I converted the 4 sessions. I made it deeper and made it wider, meaning I did not have bring all these people, and I could have just gone like the trainer, bang, 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 finish and get up. That's what I'm not. I want to give you an experience, right?
Yeah.
And that is more important. What is important is a qualitative experience rather than the quantity.
Yeah, let me. I'll check.
Come back to me.
I'll get back to you.
Get back to me, and we will complete in the next 2 sessions, and also ask our brothers to join again. How's that?
That sounds great. Yeah, I'll confirm that next Wednesday, Thursday, the same, if that works. So.
And remember, Brett, this is what I play with your name, remember, but you have inside your first name, you have all the letters which are in better. And I like it very much. It is. You can always go better and better, because you wrote me that. I didn't. I play with your family name, but Brett is in better, so you can only go better and better. Okay.
I like that.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Xavier. As always, fantastic anagram and fantastic wordplay. And so, Indrajit, how did you enjoy the session today with all the brothers?
Amazing. I mean, I think doing a group meditation is always more powerful than doing it alone. So that's a different experience. And I the more I do, I remember when I started, right? So I wanted it to finish. I mean, I was like counting when it will finish, and now I see like I don't want it to finish.
Why?
I mean,
you don't want it to finish.
Exactly. Exactly, Indra. That's exactly the point. I can continue and continue. I'm not thinking about, Swarup will stop when. No, I'm just going on. It's a flow. I agree with you, Indra. I agree with you.
Exactly.
So let's decide on action plan, as I always do. To what do I do? Always pushing the envelope for humanity. And Brett, you being the latest, and you have a lot of responsibility because John sent you to me. Xavier, John intentionally sent Brett to me, because for his final transformation, and he becomes our, let's say one of our pillars in America to expand SXA. So now, Brett, I'm giving you food for thought as a project, among many things. Suppose we want to do once a week a group meditation on LinkedIn, which will be hosted. You are the host, okay? Leave me, because I got 20. I can do everything, but I should not do everything. So you as SXA, representing SXA, host, set up the work, Zoom, whatever, Skype, sign up and all that. Say 1 hour, 30 minutes, group meditation, whatever, okay? And we from the brothers, we'll call the brothers and sisters of SXA, leading the group meditation. How does that sound?
That sounds great. That sounds amazing.
Indrajit?
Cool.
So let's work on that, and next week let's meet up again in the Brett. In the meanwhile, you've got enough stuff to work on. Keep working, do the workbook, watch the videos, and we'll come back. Okay?
Very good.
So, all the best. Bye. Thank you, Brother Xavier. Fantastic. Loved it. Indra, thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Indra. Thank you, Swaroop. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.